Hello, guys. My name is Jana. I am a host here at Mail Order Bride Scam channel, and we gonna tell you stories how not to get into scam stories, how not to get tricked by some not very good sites. And today we will listen to a story of young and handsome guy. I want to introduce you, and he will share this story with you. So let's greet Kenneth. Hello, Kenneth.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Um, can you tell me, please, the name of the site you was scammed on 7 grand?
I was actually on International Cupid.
International Cupid, which is UkraineDate.com, similar to the name of the channel, but it's different, absolutely, totally different. Okay, and can you share your story with the guys to warn? And I really have a huge hope that if you was warned sometime ahead, this story you could never buy all this communication you did. So let's start from the beginning. When did you register on this site?
Well, I started on the site about November of last year, the beginning of November.
So November 2022 or 21?
Yeah,
Mhm.
22. 22.
20. So it was just, yeah, just fresh. Okay. And how did you contact this lady, or she contacted you?
Well, we spent about 3 days on the website on Cupid, and then we went to WhatsApp for about 2 or 3 more days. And
So
then, right,
she agreed. So she agreed to exchange personal contacts, right?
yes, yeah,
Did you have to pay for exchanging contacts? Did you pay for this?
no, no.
No. So just free in email, she gave her number, but what happened next?
Um, well, we went to a translation site, translations.world something. I believe it's actually in the Netherlands. The company is, but whenever we got to that website, my gut was kind of telling me that hey, maybe she's a translator on the site and she's getting paid for this. And at the time, I was pretty vulnerable. My mom, she was actually bedridden, so talking to her was kind of a little bit of a relief because I wasn't really talking to my friends. And whenever my mom passed, things got a little worse. So I started using a little bit more money to actually communicate with her on the website and completely overwrite my gut feeling on how things were actually going. Um, it but we were on that translation site and I was curious. So I looked up the process to actually become a translator on that website. And
Mhm.
they didn't really have a process. It was just you could apply and become a translator. So it was kind of like a red flag, I guess you could say, that they didn't really have a process. They didn't do much to check into translation experience. It was just boom,
So anyone can do that.
anyone. Yeah, pretty much.
Can you tell me when you went to WhatsApp, when you exchange personal contact, you spent like 3 days in communication, and she said to you like, "I'm sorry, I don't speak English well. It's difficult for me to understand," right?
Well, whenever we started communication on WhatsApp, she said that she was using her older sister to actually
Mhm.
translate the messages. And then apparently her sister said, like, she wasn't a slave and she didn't need to do all this and blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
So after a few messages on WhatsApp, um, that's whenever we went to the translation site. Um, I wasn't necessarily paying for both sides of the communication. I was only paying for me to her, and she was covering her to me. So on that website, you have to pay for both. And Russian to English, I believe, is about $1 every 100 characters.
Okay. So, what about um, like where she was from, what city she was from? Sorry.
She said that she was actually from Kharkiv. Like she
Hmm.
had apartment complexes in Kharkiv. She was a lawyer. She was an independent lawyer, and she was hired by Nibulon to be a consultant for the legal team. And basically said that she was moving to Houston because Nibulon was opening an office in Houston. And she said that she was hired as like as a consultant just to head the legal team here. And I was sitting there and I was kind of thinking like that should have been a big red flag. You know, she doesn't really speak English yet. She's coming to the United
That was
States
my question. Yeah.
consultation for a legal team. It didn't really occur. Um, but yeah, so she said that she was actually going to be moving to Houston on January 24th, I believe it was in the message. And January 24th rolls around and she didn't show up. I mean, I didn't go to Houston either. She didn't say she was going to be in Houston. She actually told me a few days out that she wasn't going to make the trip. And whenever we were talking previously, I was asking her, "Hey, when are you going to be here? When are you going to be here?" And she kept telling me the same thing. I'm not coming for vacation. I'm not coming for pleasure. I'm coming for work. So I'm not paying for my plane tickets. But then whenever the 24th rolled around, and I was like, I thought you were coming for work. You know, if you're coming for work and you give a date, your job's not going to postpone when you start just because you have some personal issues going on. Because at the time, she was actually talking about how she was struggling to get her money out of a Swiss bank account because Ukraine had apparently slapped like holds on how much money you guys could actually withdraw into your personal bank accounts. So she couldn't get all of her money, and that's what held her up for the entire process.
That's weird. Kenny, did you ask her about this level of English, if she can speak English with you on WhatsApp? So how she can be hired with the Houston company?
Well, I never really thought to. So I had actually trusted whenever she told me that she was coming here for work. I kind of trusted that because, well, I didn't really have anything to dispute it. Um, but while we were communicating on WhatsApp, I did try to get her to message again on WhatsApp instead of the site. So I was trying
Mhm.
to pry away from the site, like, hey, I'm tired of paying for the messages. Why don't we just talk on WhatsApp? And she kept ignoring those messages that I would send talking about.
So it's her personal WhatsApp. Even if she can't speak by herself, but she still keep ignoring and no even emoji or trying to copy and paste to a Google Translate your messages, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. He just forced you to use this translation site with the paying back and forth
Yeah,
for every message. Okay, can I ask you how much money it was, what amount of money you had to pay monthly to stay in communication with this lady?
well, given that I was only paying for mine to her,
Okay, what amount of money, what numbers you had to pay during months?
I was paying about $25 a day. So
25.
probably close to, I don't know, about 750 to 850 a month that I was actually paying for communication just for my messages to her.
Mhm. Kenny, can you share with us how old are you and how old is this lady? Nona, her name, right?
Yeah, she said that her name was Nana and she
Hmm.
was 36.
Hmm.
I'm 31.
Hmm.
Uh,
And she said that is she single, never been married?
yeah, she said that she was never married. She
Hmm.
wanted a family, all this
Hmm.
in the messages.
Hmm. I will show her pictures, like attractive lady, right? Very natural, big blue eyes. Mm, how long did you stay in your communication, personal communication with this lady?
From about November until I would say the beginning, no, mid April, from
Mid-April.
beginning of
Hmm?
November until mid.
Quite long. And all this time she promised to you that she gonna visit, she were waiting for working visa and going to move to United States, right?
Yep, pretty much.
And what happened in April?
Well, she still wasn't here in April. She said that she was leaving Warsaw in one message, and then a week later, I had messaged her again and asked if she still wanted to meet. And suddenly, she wasn't in Warsaw. She wasn't in the Ukraine. She wasn't here. She was still in the Ukraine. And I was like, your
Mhm.
last message said that you were just leaving Warsaw, and now you're telling me that you're still not here. So that was whenever I kind of ended the communication. But um,
Kenny, did she ask you for any kind of presents or something
she
that you need to pay for anything to
she
help her?
she had hinted that she wanted help, but then she retracted it. Like she was talking about me coming to the Ukraine whenever the war and stuff was actually going on at the beginning of the year to help her get her money. So me coming to the Ukraine to basically come into the Ukraine and potentially, not leave again, which I would I have done it? No, not for money. I'm sorry.
Can I ask you if you able to share with the guys? Can you tell your profession? So you have connection to a military, right?
Well, I'm rejoining the military. At that time, I was actually working in the oil field.
So it means you was not allowed, or you have the permission to visit Ukraine, because as I know, any military guys, they're not allowed to Ukraine during war.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I wasn't going. I wasn't, doing this process now. I was actually working at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but could I have visited? Well, in the oil field, it's really hard to actually get time off. So whenever you ask for time off, usually it becomes an argument with your bosses and stuff like that. The oil field and the oil industry itself is pretty strict on your work schedules.
Did she invite you and like try to understand your situation and to organize a real date? For example, if you will come to Ukraine as she wanted, right? So she wanted you to visit Kharkov,
Uh,
her city?
she was telling me that she had apartment complexes and a couple of law offices in Kharkov, and then that she was from Odessa, so that's where she was. She back in with her family in Odessa.
Hmm. Because Kharkiv is not a safe region nowadays at all. Many people still keep living there, but to invite a foreign man to visit Kharkov, absolutely craziness, because part of Kharkiv, they still under attacks all the time, permanently during all the war.
Yeah.
So it's a bit crazy. Okay, so she was in Warsaw, like in the middle of her trip to Houston, or not?
No, it was. I went to end the communication finally. I was like, you know what? I'm kind of done. I'm done waiting on this. You
Hmm.
told 3 different times that you were going to be here now, and I've been dumb enough to wait 3 different times, so I'm not going to do that anymore. And I went to end the
Hmm.
communication right then and there. And
And
whenever,
what was her reaction for this? Did she try to contact you after that?
no, that was whenever she told me that she was leaving Warsaw. She was like, I'm
Mhm.
leaving Warsaw tomorrow, and fine, if you don't want to meet me, then blah, blah, blah.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Guys, I will show you this picture. For me, this is red flag just number one or something. When ladies from sites with personal communication, without personal contacts, just on the site, especially on the site, showing the piece of paper with some like name or date or something like this, I think it's very like sneaky trap, when she currently showing that she is real and she really communicating with you, she mentioning your name and the date, but in real life nobody will do it, something like this. It's just a stupidity. To If I will stay in communication with any person, it's stupid to prove you that I'm real, I'm here, that's my appearance, the same what pictures from the side. For me, it's just a hugest red flag that these people are hired and being paid for those chats or messages or something, or expecting any kind of help and benefits. So for me, this is just a straight indicator that this is a scam site, and she just playing. Probably she even communicating by herself, but still, this communication is not sincere. Kenny, can you share with me that moment when your mom passed away? My condolences for this pity event, and you shared with this lady that this happened. What was her reaction?
She ignored it.
And what she sent to you in the letter?
Um, Basically, started talking about her day instead. She completely
So,
what I said, and she was talking about how um, we all have problems going on in life, and you know, I mean, that was kind of the day that it happened. I woke
so
up.
she was absolutely careless to your such a horrible event in your life. Your mom passed away, and she was absolutely careless about this event in your life. So she don't feel anything, don't try to support you, to feel anything for you. But she shared her complications in life, her tough stories, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's horrible. That's really horrible. And when you stay in communication during almost 6 months, guys, I want to show you also one video. And for me, I can see those ladies how artificial they are. It's absolutely different to what a lady with feelings will behave and do. Let's watch. It's very short, but Kenny received such video. Guys, I'm not sure. Did you have sound? She said something like, "Hi, how are you?
Have
Mm, have a good day," or something. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know why we don't have sound here with this video, but absolutely artificial voice, absolutely artificial phrases, like she just had to tell you something to show herself, but you can see how not natural she behaving. It's absolutely not like a lady behave herself when she has interest, when she really does care about relations, about like how to increase these feelings, chemistry. Like, absolutely not. Seems for me like she just somebody put her and just asked to play, right? And it should be visible, guys. You should learn from this. You should see and read this body language, this voice messages. Like, you should just see and understand how it looks like. Kenny, I will go to the chat to read comments from guys, from our viewers. Also, if you have some advice to guys, maybe you have some conclusion, maybe you want to share some thoughts with the guys, the same guys as you. So our viewers, absolutely similar guys to you, average American, Canadian, or Western European, Australian guys who have the same issue. They try to find some good woman somewhere in from other country. They stay in communication and then find out that nobody gonna meet with them, not nobody gonna come, and just always excuses like why delay, why this and
my
this.
my biggest piece of advice is honestly, okay, so they actually have a TV show based off of Cupid, but Cupid is
Mm.
more for the guys that want to fork over money for a woman. If you're wanting something serious, you guys are actually the best service that I have found if you're looking for an actual wife. I have been on different sites. I've also used AFA. And AFA is filled with people that are on Instagram and stuff like that anyway, so like I'm meaning people that have like 200 to 300,000 followers on Instagram. Um, but you guys, as far as sites, have been the best one that I've actually found in my search.
So they're just using some popular faces to get
Yeah,
you into the trap
pretty much a lot. There's
with the
actually,
permission
yeah.
of the owner. With
Um,
the permission.
I reached out to a Russian one, and she said that she actually had no idea that they were actually using her pictures, but that conversation went south pretty quick because she was like, I don't really care if they're using my pictures because I'm beautiful and blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, so you're somebody who's superficial.
Yep, yep. Penny, how did you feel when you find out that this is not real everything, and you spent quite a lot?
Honestly, it hurt, because at the time I was in a position of vulnerability. I mean, my mom had just
With
passed.
mom, yeah.
To anybody in my friend circle, I had kind of focused on her because I thought she was actually coming. And whenever she didn't come, it was pretty much a knockout blow. I got kind of upset, like I don't beat women, so that's one thing that I don't personally do. But I do get upset and I do get pretty mad. Um,
Hmm.
so I expressed this in the letters to her, and she was like, I don't know why you're so upset, blah blah blah. And yeah, she had told me that on the 24th of January she was supposed to be here, and then the next letter she said that she was held up for about 2 weeks. So I waited those 2 weeks. She still didn't show up. Um, and then after those 2 weeks, before those 2 weeks were even up, she started saying, well, I feel like there's going to be another delay already. And I was like, what? Another one? And it's not even up yet? Okay.
Um, but you really expected her that first time when she said this, it seemed very like natural communication, and you really expected her to arrive to Houston 24th of January. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 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 No, there was
Mhm.
some doubts that I had prior. Um, like whenever she had dismissed my mom passing away, uh, that was whenever my doubts kind of kicked in, but I wasn't too for sure, so I just kept talking because I was already kind of attached to talking to her. It was kind of the break away from it all.
Kenny, from my side, I want to share with you that when a person from my culture really do care, even if it's not romantic relations, just for our friends, for our acquaintances, for our, I don't know, colleagues, like very far friends, we always feel pity in such kind of events in life. Always want to support and ask, like, hold on, buddy, like, how can I help you to, pass through this tough period? Usually it should works like this. It's absolutely normal humans feelings, and it's normal to support close people, especially if you try to build romantic relations, especially for a woman in age 36. I can say that it's quite a long time to being single for our culture. It's quite a problem. And if she really wanted to meet someone with the serious intentions, I can't imagine to be in that, you know, not serious.
Well, whenever we had first started, she said that she was a modern woman, and I was like, well, here in the United States, modern woman means somebody that kind of want to flip aside because feminists, stuff like that, you don't want to deal with it. That's a modern woman here. So whenever she said that, I was like, well, what? But then as I started communicating with her, she said that she had tried 2 times for prior marriages and stuff, but only twice. I didn't necessarily know what she meant, like try if she was married or what. Um, but she started basically talking about how she was in a relationship only with two other guys, and that uh, she didn't really have a lot of relationship experience. But basically that after the two that she had, she didn't really focus on it. She shifted more to focusing on her career as a lawyer. She said that she was a lawyer for 18 years, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, 18 years. If she is 36, it's impossible just by years, by number of years. Because to become a lawyer, she can start her career, not even career, just first stage from age of 23. So 18 years, just impossible. Where did she take 5 more years after her university? Before university, she can't be a lawyer.
Oh,
Some bullshit, I don't know.
see, it pays to talk about that stuff. But yeah, that was,
What I can hear is just some excuses or some bullshit. I don't know, but I'm a Ukrainian woman, and I have a lot of friends and acquaintances and ex-colleagues, ex-classmates, or university buddies. I don't know women who say that, okay, I was not successful. I will focus on my career or something. Like our women don't think like this. They, even with the work, even with the good work, if they will meet a good guy who can be appropriate, like a boyfriend, like a prospective husband, of course they will focus on this first. Like never, I can say, like I never heard such even phrase in Ukraine, I will be a modern woman. we
oh,
don't we don't have such things here, just don't. She can say this like to excuse herself, because she understand ahead that she don't have the serious intentions to build something with anyone.
yeah.
And somehow she even honest, like she's a modern woman, but not modern. I can say she's not honest woman. And she play in this like I want serious relations, but she's not. So it's more about not being honest. Yep.
It,
Pity to hear such stories.
Cupid actually has a verification process where you have to take a picture of your ID and send it to them.
Hmm.
And she was verified. That's why I was like, huh? Like she had already sent a picture of her ID into this website. So she had a verified profile, which is what threw me off. That's why I was like, well, there's no way that it could be a scam. Not if she's verified on Cupid, because without that ID picture, you're not verified. Multiple profiles on Cupid are
I
not
don't
verified.
think I don't think it can be helpful with ID, without ID, if they from the beginning like ready for cheating. So do you understand the whole process? It's not like bad lady come to a good side and do something bad, even with a verification.
I
First,
personally,
first devil here is the owner of the site, who allow ladies with the low qualities without serious intention to do that what they did, and
no,
they like trick you to exchange this personal communicate contacts. But then she find this story like, oh sorry, I can't communicate with you, let's go to translation site.
yeah,
So it's like a system in common, and they just split this money from you paying for this translation side between all of this team.
and that's what I was actually getting at, was on the TV show even that they use the Cupid sites for. There have been multiple Russians and Ukrainians that have came over that have just used the guys for their money, and I find that very, very common on the Cupid sites.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. How do you feel after this? Are you like ready to still to try this
Oh,
international dating and like to move next?
life is all about learning, and if you don't learn and make mistakes, then what are you actually doing? So this was just a mistake that I had actually learned from. It didn't really put a damper on my spirits to try to find somebody.
Okay. I think it will be like a lesson just because you were so far away. You just know how it works, how you shouldn't behave, and if someone talk to you in internet, you need to follow some just simple rules how to check, right, a person.
Yeah. See,
And
and
pay attention for red flags. Not be crazy about them, but pay attention. But what I could see by this video, absolutely artificial. I don't know why we don't have sound, but I want to play this one more time.
literally what she says in the video is, "Hello, how are you? Have a nice day. Bye bye." That's what she says.
It's just a set of artificial phrases with artificial intonation. Like, I don't know why we don't have sound, but I heard this original video. Guys, nobody speak like this. Nobody communicating like this.
Did I ask for that video? What I actually asked for was a video chat like this, and that
And she sent you just a video of hello, how I wish you a good day, bye bye.
yeah, pretty
I
much.
can say that it's the normal communication during almost 6 months. It's not a communication, right, which can lead to relations.
Yeah, and in total, that is, I spent almost $7,000 just in communication. So it was, yeah, yeah. If she really was a translator for that website, then she got quite a bit of money out of me.
Yeah, I don't know how much, but something she received from seven granted. Okay, Kenny, what is your conclusion from this story? Did you learn your lesson?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Before I dive in on something like that again, I'm gonna be sure that it's that I can actually do something like this before I even pay.
Kenny, my advice here to you. You are young, you are a handsome guy. It doesn't mean that it's a cross and all the ladies like that. Just need to be more careful, more attentive to kind of red flags, but at the same time not be crazy about them and not have this suspicion on every small action. But for me, guys, I will repeat for all of you: personal exchanging personal contacts after first chat, video chat doesn't matter. You understand from the beginning if you like to communicate with the person or if you don't. If the lady refuse this exchanging contacts, something bad here. Why? It's so simple. It costs nothing for her. She can try. If she will find out that this communication not interesting, she can first of all say this to you directly, like, sorry, you are not my person, I don't want to communicate anymore. But if she afraid that the man will be a stalker or something, she can just block, right? So she don't send you her personal address or ID uh, picture, so she has zero risks, to be honest. So she can just finish this communication. So personal contacts must have. I think networks, if you have like something like Facebook, Instagram page, should be, because you can understand how real this person, you can see the background, how often she put some pictures, you can understand a lot of things about pictures, how what background this person has, is all those stories she telling to you are real, because you can match, right, her stories and what you can see by pictures and stories. It's very good tip. And then I don't believe that young people can be tolerant and patient, not to see each other in real life and still keep in communication. These artificial videos, like 9 seconds, guys, 9 seconds. Hello, how was your day? Why? It's not communication. It's just pointless, zero information, just artificial, like she like a doll next to a camera. That's bad. That's not real communication. No exciting. She should worry about you, your day, how tired you are, how exciting you are, how happy you are, did you sleep well, your mom passed away, oh, I'm really sorry to hear that, because I don't want you to feel bad. If we have feelings, we have the same like bad feelings about our person. If even if you don't see each other in reality, it doesn't mean, but you stay in communication for months, it means that like she should have some feelings to you, and
Yeah.
at least she wants to be that supportive lady. She don't know your mom, she don't feel this pain like you have, but she want to be a good prospective girlfriend. And if she will not support you, like you will not consider her as a serious woman, it should be.
Should have paid attention to my gut, honestly, before I dug myself a hole. But you know,
Yeah.
is
I will show you some comments from our viewers. Kenny, guys want to support you to learn from your story, to see one more time what kind of girls they have to avoid. And I really hope that you can save a couple of guys, because this video will show up, pop up in somebody's feed in certain moment, right? And so someone can see that. Oh, nice. Good news, guys. I received the video with the sound. One moment. I will show you the video with the sound, and you can see how artificial it is.
Hello, how are you? Have a nice day. Bye bye.
it popped up with a tap for sound for me.
Yeah, it was with the sound this time. Thank you to our video redactor. Absolutely played. I don't know everything. Like real girls don't speak like this. Never. And why not video chat? So you didn't have any video chat during all this communication, right?
No, I actually tried to multiple times, but it was kind of avoided each time I went to go.
Not
So
serious at all. Absolutely not serious. It can't be. When a woman really interesting, she has the same benefits as you have. Her purpose should be like to start relations, to increase these relations into something real. It means that all chats, video chats, and real meetings should be very welcomed, and then it can come into something serious in reality. Without all these actions, it's just pointless even to start any communication.
yeah, see, I
Okay,
thought,
let's go to guys. Hello, Juan Antonio. I'm looking forward to hearing your story, big guy.
oh, want
Juan
have
Antonio, yeah, what? Привет, Жаночка. Hello, Kenny. Привет, what? Hi. Bill also here. Hi, guys. Glad to see all of you here. Thank you for supporting us, Bill. What? Juan, Kenny. Good morning. Good morning, guys. One more video, one more tips, and after some experience and story. What? It's lovely, Lady John, going to be on. Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hi, Kenny. That sucks, bro. Some comment during the story. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, sorry for your loss, Kenny. You can see some people who are really with the good morals, they really feel sorry, feel pity, want to support even a person which we don't know, but it's definitely horrible event in anyone's life. And you can be that cruel, not even to react, to ignore, and just to bring your day, your stuff like nothing happened to you. How it can be?
see. Whenever it happened, even some people in my circle of friends, they kind of, you know, uh, actually, uh, I went to I did a carpenter's apprenticeship, and the guy who actually taught me, the journeyman,
Hmm.
we still actually keep in contact today. Um, I've known him since about 2012, so 11 years, And whenever I told him about it, and I went to work with him, uh, there was a kind of a moment that I had. that I saw as a release. So we were doing some demolition on a house, and I knocked a couple of holes in the drywall. And at the time, I had another thing going on with my son's mom. So I actually have two kids. I have a boy and a girl. My son, he's 7. Um, but I was arguing with his mom about some stuff, and I started kind of shredding that drywall, just ripping as much as
Mhm.
I could off. And he told me I was weak for having, just that moment of where I just kind of wanted to release. I mean, we were doing demolition in a bathroom anyway. Uh, yeah, some of my friends didn't even pay any mind to it either.
No, in Ukraine, usually people, even not that big friends, not that very familiar. First of all, they will support by words, by some emotions. Like, if I can do something for you, what can help you, what can bring you any kind of relief, let me know. I just can give my shoulder, right? Some people who are closer, they will support even financially, or any kind of actions which can really help, because person, you're absolutely right, he was vulnerable that moment. It is absolutely normal reaction in such situation. So people who really do care, they will try to support you in any kind of way, any action, any kind of support, emotional, financial, physical, doesn't matter. That's what people's normal reaction, at least in my culture. Kenya, so many different things at that age of Kenya, of lady. Not sure when this message appeared.
Oh, I mean, I've had a lot go on in life. It all started about 6 years ago. I've went through the majority of people's hardest life things 6 years ago. So,
Hmm. Yes, Vatvat, I absolutely agree with you. How old is this girl? 36, high position at a law firm, multiply apartments, Swiss bank account. Sounds like a bullshit, like a
yeah.
fairy tale when she just tried to feed with
Well, you
something.
actually try to tell me that she had millions. She actually said that she had about $785,000. And that's what she was trying to get it so she could come here and buy a house while she was here because her salary wasn't going to be enough to sustain her lifestyle.
Funny to hear that, to be honest. So what does she doing at this side, and why she has some problems to come to learn English and to come to United States during the war? What high position at law for multiply apartments with bank account? What does she need help with? Sounds like she was already earning quite a bit from all of that. I think that people on such sites, they don't have very high intelligence, and they just bring some stories without even understanding what they're talking about. She wanted to look independent, but at the same time, it's just very silly to show something like this. No, weird.
See, I had actually looked up reviews of even the translation site, and there were actually two of them on there that gave the site 1 star. And the second comment that I had saw, he said that the women that were using that site were just doing it to get money, basically.
Exactly. In reality, after such a bullshit of bank accounts, multiply apartments, and other things, in reality, Kenny, she works for 50 or $100 per month, like an translator, like a person who just need to chat with you back and forth. This is unfortunately the reality. And
Yeah.
she has, like, usually, of course, multiply such guys and send in these stupid pictures with the name. Yeah. Hi, Jana, Kenny. Hello, Anne.
Oh,
Hello, Anne. Glad to see you.
but
But what video could have been pre-recorded so it can send to multiply? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Furthermore, it does not seem personal. Exactly. It's absolutely without any information, without any message. Like, what the point when the two people communicating with each other? Like, how was your day? Bye. What communication you can build from this? No name there, nothing personal, nothing about herself, no any question,
At
just
the time,
stupidity.
I thought that she was maybe saying the only things that she knew in English. That's honestly what I was thinking whenever she sent me that video. I was like, well, is this all she can speak in English? Because she did say that she didn't speak English, which is why we were on the site to begin with.
I understand. Like, it's logical to think like this can be an issue if the lady don't speak English by herself, but then what are you doing on this side? And you can start, especially if you don't have financial struggles. If you said all these stories, told all the stories like she's financially stable, so I think lady with the intention to start relations with a foreigner should start to learn English to have opportunity to communicate, especially if she has some um, perspective to work in United States.
Definitely.
Bill, Kenny, when a girl shows a photo holding a large white card, it's usually a bank card that they could fill in with electronic any personal message they want to put on the card to anyone.
See,
Yeah.
but I got two of them, and they each had different backgrounds. Did you show both the pictures? Did I send those to you, Zana? Zana?
One moment, I will check what I have at the StreamYard here. Um,
Because I thought I sent both. I don't know. Maybe it could be
No,
wrong.
I think you send. I have this one for it. It's the same from here. So
Oh,
it's actually everything what I have.
well, she sent me two of them like that with different dates. That was actually the second one that she had sent.
What you want to prove? Like she is a real person who communicating with you. Or like it's the same. I will come here on video with the piece with the card, like I'm Jana. You
Yeah,
don't believe me that I'm Jana? It's like stupid to prove such things. It's all already show.
that was
That she
because
guilty in something in something not real.
she was using another girl's pictures to begin with, which,
Mhm.
to many guys, that would be a red flag and they would have stopped. But given what was going on, I didn't really want to stop. And whenever she sent me that, I was like, okay, so she's actually real. So that's why I kept up communication.
Mhm. Will, Kenny, we have a nice supportive group of men here that you can ask us our thoughts and insights. Yeah, we really have this very friendly community of guys who already like educated enough to recognize any kind of red flags, but not, to get crazy from this. Ross, hello to you. I'm one of those guys. She came here to United States and is using for me for dollars, marriage, and green card. It's really, I'm really sorry to read this message. You can contact me. One moment, I will show you. You can contact me this number 1604 998 8051. And if you're ready to share your story, I would love to hear your story and probably to organize the same interview. And you will tell it also will be helpful, and you will educate guys how to avoid, how to recognize at the early beginning, not to be a victim of such low quality women who using you guys. It's a shame. Danish, hello. I went to meet a girl Poltava one time after chatting only for 3 months and she disappeared. unfortunately. So you need to understand what kind of intentions, how serious intentions the lady has, and how to do this. Guys, you can go to UkraineDating.tv channel, and you can see we have plenty of tips, of advice, how you can become successful, what we're really seeking for. If we like how we behave, if we don't like a man, we will not communicate, we will not consider you seriously. And there are some like tips, and like you can understand this by certain actions. If the lady don't have interest, how she will behave with you, what she will let you in this communication, how she will be exciting, and what kind of interest she will show. Yeah, just come to our interview. Number of the chat for his.
That that actually so he's basically saying that he was used for money in his marriage. So he got married
Yeah.
Ukrainian that is using him
Kenny,
for.
and this is horrible stories, because usually Ukrainian women not like this. It's to be honest, I can't imagine the morals of the lady who using a man and spending few months or years with a person without feelings, just to receive some green card, and then what? She still need to live there in this country when everything is different, other culture, another system, another laws. She need to provide her life somehow. It's very low morals people, and I just pity for guys. Like for me, everything is understandable, clear at the very beginning by these pictures, by these videos. When she don't have any soul in these words, when she playing like a doll, it's visible from the beginning.
Okay, so could we ask you a question, being a Ukrainian woman?
Of course.
How can you tell if somebody is being truthful or being fake?
Um, that's what I told you. You need to go to follow Ukraine dating and to see the reactions. I will tell you one good tip. If I like a man after first date, it would be a date number two. If I don't like a man, what the purpose for me? What the goal? I will have at the date number two. I don't need this. I don't have pleasant feelings. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste his time and expectations. It's pointless. It would be difficult to explain straightforward. It's very tricky with the Ukrainian ladies. It would be difficult to explain straightforward, like you are not this enough, or you're not this enough, I don't like your manners, or you are not tall enough, or you are not successful enough, you are not pleasant to me, I don't have and not pleasant talks, which Ukrainian women really try to avoid, and not to put you in this position when you will feel unpleasant. But she will show with her cold behavior. She will not respond to you immediately. She will not be excited during communication. She will not be that smiley with the shining eyes. She will not be initiator of something for future. Plenty of factors you can see. You need to read this reaction.
Okay. I mean,
Believe
it's
me, when the girl is really interested in you, she will overcome any circumstances to go on the date, to be next to you, to continue this communication, to keep in touch as much as possible.
yeah. See, the reason I asked that is because on those the messages and stuff on the translation site,
Mhm.
um, some days I send like $5. So I would do like a $5 message, which was about 500 characters, and she would send like 6,500 characters. So it was basically like a $65 message, and I'm sitting there thinking like, how is she paying for all of this? Like,
Mhm.
if I'm doing this, how is she doing this?
Yeah.
So she would have spent double what I spent in talking on that website, if not
I
more.
don't I don't believe in that. Jerry, hi to you. Thank you for your support. We've all been there, Kenny. Sorry about the passing of your mom. Thank you guys for support. Yeah, Kenny, to sustain her lifestyle, even more red flags. If she really has all of that, then she has extremely high expectations. Relationship with the such type would not work out unless you bring in big dollars. Yeah. Yeah, guys, it's sorry, but it's just a reality. Yeah.
See, and it's funny because in the letter she was saying the opposite. Like she wanted to take care of me, and I was like, no. Why not? Why not just you know help me level up in life? Is kind of what I was getting at.
If the lady is financially stable, it's okay, can happen. She can be from a good family, but then she will not bring you tough stories. She will be okay financially and will just do things like the same with opportunities. Janочка, to help the guys out, a serious marriage-minded woman, how long will she wait for a man to come visit? Depends on age and on her circumstances. I know some stories, guys. I will not pronounce the names, but you also some of you can be familiar with some of our stream team, and I know like some ladies they can wait up to 5 6 months can happen. Like I know this story, but I can say it's more like an exception. As for me, for myself, I think it should be like not much than 3 months. And as a coach, I always asking our prospective clients, do you have an opportunity to visit lady next 3 months? Because more than 3 months, this communication will be like too long without certain actions, it will just lose points. Guys, like this. 3 months would be appropriate. More would be tough because during these 3 months probably she can meet someone or she will already lose interest to you that you will lose points like a man that you can't organize this meeting before. If you have some specific circumstances, it can happen you can't visit next 3 months or even 6 months. It's a far distance, especially from Australia, from United States, Canada. It's a long distance and you cannot have your vacation or some other things. But then why you still stay here on international dating? You shouldn't start your journey if you are not ready. So you will be considered like not serious men who not ready for actions. This is a like background stories. So my response is less than not more than 3 months can be appropriate. More would be difficult. Dinesh, never continue with any girl without video call and have many excuses. Absolutely great. Necessary to check all red flags after only decide to meet. Absolutely great. Okay, guys, I hope it still was useful and you could see one more shameless lady who using guys for messages back and forth to receive any coins for this. I hope it was helpful and useful. Kenny, thank you so much sincerely for sharing this story, for warning guys to be open minded here. It's like plus to your karma when you do something to help to other people just because of kindness. I hope that at
Honestly,
least
uh, I've I've talked to a lot, and I've used the Cupid sites for a lot. Um, I have met people on the Cupid sites, but they all really do seem to be about money. So it's it's hard to meet somebody that's actually serious today, especially if you're looking internationally. Like
ah,
I'm young and I don't like the situation with women here. Like, I mean, do I have?
that's about to fish in the right pond. Yeah. So not every, even young, even very handsome, even rich, even whatever the best qualities, guy can be successful on international dating just because you don't know what the person on the next on the screen is it real person, what kind of intentions, and you can check everything just with the right actions when you can see correct feedback, how to receive this correct feedback that this person is sincere and not lying to you, also with the certain actions. so to meet in reality.
Yeah.
But as well, some guys can, when they fishing in a wrong pond, they can come and visit, and the girl can not show up. So she can speak with you until you pay $5 for communicating with her, and then come for 1,500 to meet her, and she can not show up. Even such stories exist. Okay, Kenny, thank you so much. I wish
Yeah.
you a nice day and good
Yeah.
luck in your search. Keep in touch.
I will. Thank you. See you guys.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, guys. Thank you.